The following is a Whiskey Buds production.
Welcome to Li'l Chub Club DnD. I am your Dungeon Master Styles, with Alex as Zyrus, the Fearbold Ranger, Jake as Grabroin, Dwarf Cleric, Fart Guy as Farty, the Half-Elf Rogue, and our very own Chris Sorrentino as Eggy McFlugan, Aarakocra Cleric. These are the adventures of the merry band of Chubs. Let it be known our heroes have fought their way into a magical forest where they have rescued their new friend Beerwolf and found their way through a series of magical portals. Along with the help of their new int friend Trebush, the group found a wounded wolf that befriended Zyrus and was given the name of Rio. Nearing the edge of the forest, our group fought with a great and powerful sorcerer of darkness who Trebush later called the Shadow. Our heroes were able to fight and send the Shadow fleeing, dropping the magical fog that had been surrounding them for so long. With the fog now gone, the group was able to see the massive city nearby. Trebush explained the grand city of Astera would hold the answers that our heroes seek. And so our story begins with our heroes leaving the forest. You'll come out of this clearing, and you'll see this big, beautiful city before you guys. Trebush has explained it to be Ostera. And then on this trail coming towards you guys, you see a man. He's pulling a cart behind him by hand. It's got some farming equipment on it, and he has like a map or some baubles in his hand, trying to find his way as he goes down this path. And he sees you guys, and he says, "Well, hi, friends. Well, that festival must have been some party last night, was it not?"
What festival?
What festival? Oh,
what?
You all must have had some time last night. Why, the Festival of Light? I'm surprised to see y'all so far away from the town. How did y'all manage to make your way out this way?
So
I farted.
Long story short, yeah,
We ran from the start.
Yeah, we ran from the start, and so we got stuck through this portal, and
Port?
my name's Grabgroin. Yeah, there was a portal. Yeah.
The name is Clark Griswold.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Clark. I'm Eggy McFlugan.
He has he's holding his cart behind him, dragging it, and he has these trinkets in his hand. He turns around, he goes to put the trinkets on the cart, and they land just on the side of the wagon, and they fall off, hitting on the ground. Boom! They crash. Oh! Pardon. I'm quite the clumsy fella. Again. You said portal. Y'all must have had some drink last night. And let me roll.
Hey.
Ooh, and he pins it. He sees you guys. He notices your clothing. He looks behind the group and he sees there's a fucking bird person. There's an Aarakocra. He says, "What? Who are you?"
Hi, I'm Eggy McFlugan. I'm a guest around here.
Where did you come from? We have not seen one like you in quite some time. We have been here forever, and there are no bird people here. You must.
Well, let's just say the red line has been broken, and they're coming to your neighborhood.
Gentrification.
His eyes grow wide.
Yeah.
He seems to be alarmed.
He just flew
And
in.
his hand starts to glow as he holds it in front of him, and he looks at y'all sternly. And he says, "Who are you, and where have you come from?"
So
he
as I
only
said-
specifically reacts to Eggy like that?
He sees the rest of you, and he notices your clothing. He sees your clothing is odd. He looks y'all up and down, and he looks at each of you. But when he spots Eggy, his focus is high. He's hypersensitive.
I'm as nice
Listen,
as I can be to him.
He's my bud. He's my pal. We get on with the Green Goddess together. So why don't you chill? I see you're a farmer. I'm wondering if you would be interested in growing a very specific crop.
I'm very confused, but I tell you now, I have only one crop that I grow, and it is grain. Each of us in Ostera have a very specific role. Whether you live in the outer ring or the middle rings, we each have a role, and we each work together. And I grow nothing but grain in these fields. And he He opens his hand back, and you see rolling fields of grain behind you guys, and you see a cottage in the distance, the one you see in the image there.
Okay. Does
says,
the name Karl Marx mean anything to you?
He says, enough of this foolishness. I know not where y'all come from, and I know not who you are, but you speak of a portal. I may know of such things. But first I ask you, care to lend me a hand in my farming so we can make it back to my home and we can discuss things? I would like to.
Sure.
Sure. We can do a little. No problem. We can do a little cross pollination. I mean, just don't be racist against bird people. That's all I ask.
He looks at you and he points to a planter on the side of the house. That one little plot is yours to plant whatever plant you wish.
Sweet. Thank you.
Okay, so very uneasy, very unsettled. He asks for y'all's help. And so what I'm going to do, he says, which one of y'all is the strongest?
That'd be my big blue friend over here.
And which is the fastest?
I don't know if you noticed.
That might be me too.
Probably the one with the wings. He can.
Yeah.
He can
Oh,
fly.
yeah.
That's
and he looks
fast.
at the Aarakocra. He doesn't trust you. He doesn't know. He's never seen a bird person before.
All right. I'm going
go
to wait. I'm gonna put my hands together.
Yeah.
And my lips together. And I'm just gonna slowly seep out some smoke as I'm talking to him about deep and pathetic things, and about how great bird people are, and how it's better if we just all get along and are chill. And we can
All right.
chill
I was thinking I was just gonna run up and hug him and kiss him.
Okay, so what we'll
do
with
that.
both of you.
Wait, let's talk about it.
Let me give Chris. You make a persuasion check with advantage. So roll it twice. We're gonna act as if Grabgroin is helping you. So you get.
All right.
You get a.
All right. What am I rolling? A 20?
Yeah, roll a d20.
Yeah.
Compared to
A 20 for the hug and a 20 for the kiss.
Hey, what are you, my sister? What do I? Wait, what's my? Was this against my perception?
Persuasion. Your
Persuasion.
charisma.
My charisma. Oh, did I just bump it up or something?
Yes.
You just did.
Smart thinking.
Yep. So let's see. I got 13. All right. 18.
Dope.
Nice.
You embrace him, and he's never felt a hug this warm and this tight before in his life. He's so.
It's all about down
comforted.
feathers.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, wait, does he get hard?
Oh, yep. He rolled. He rolled for a boner, and he got a boner.
Yes.
You feel a little. You feel a little chub poking against your belly.
I love it.
DuckTales. Ooh.
He says,
Don't get anything on his feathers.
Bird, man. I feel. Oh, what am I talking about? You are a friend. Of course, you are a friend. If you were an enemy, you would have already attacked me. We here on the outer ring of Ostera, we are protectors of this land. We are farmers and defenders. We have two roles specifically. And if you were an enemy, I don't think I would be here now. So friend, and y'all go off
Yeah.
to the
Boyfriend.
what we're gonna do to see how y'all help in farming is I'm gonna.
But what
give
about
y'all...
Beerwolf? He's with us, right?
Oh yeah, Beerwolf is there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised he's not scared of Beerwolf. He keeps going after Eggy.
He says
But
that
he's
Beerwolf.
not-
He says, I, for some odd reason, I feel connected to you. You are a friend. I know you are a friend. And Beerwolf is in the very, very back, kind of like hanging out below a tree, just drinking a beer. He hadn't.
It's
quite
okay,
sunk
I'm
in.
with him. I'm smoking. He's drinking. I get it.
Okay, so y'all go into the fields, and y'all are going to make a choice between either an athletics check, a performance check, or a survival check. Y'all are all performing the same duties. It's just whether or not y'all look like you're doing a good job. Y'all are actually strong
Can
and
I-
smart and sloppy. Or
Can I
good worker like
Hard and floppy. Yeah.
can I do
nice and slow.
speech of beast and leaf and ask the plants to help my friends look like they're doing a good job?
Oh my god, you can do whatever you want. This is D&D.
Okay. I'm gonna Okay, I can
Moxie might
communicate
need
with
it.
beasts
He rolled
and
a
plants. Okay, yeah. Let me roll and I'll see. You can decide what modifier you want to give.
My roll.
Well, wait, Moxie, I'm going to give you a high five, so put a 4 on top of that.
All right.
I rolled a 15
Hey,
to convince the plants to help my friends. So
Okay,
whatever
good.
that does for you.
That's we'll give everybody advantage on your rolls.
All right.
Okay, there you go.
You're okay. Everybody kicked ass except for Moxie.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fuck.
so we see Grab Groin out in the field. We do a Star Wars swipe cut right into the fields. Grab Groin has a scythe. You got a montage music playing in the background, and he's slicing away at the grain. And you see the grass is like bending over the scythe. It wants to be harvested. And then we see an image of
It does.
we see an image of Xyrus, and he's got a plow behind him, and he's dragging the plow by hand. And he's digging a trough. We see
Everybody
Farty.
working for the weekend.
What do you get?
Farty, you're turned
Another
around,
day
ass
over.
up in the air,
Deeper in
and you
debt.
let out a big fart, and Clark throws some seeds onto the fart wind, and you sow the crops with your fart.
Fertilizer.
And then we see
I
Moxie,
ain't eating that corn.
Again, it moves a little bit because of the wind.
and then
Hey,
we
fuck
see Eggy, and he's trying to pull a hoe, and he's trying to clean up some ground, but his wings are hanging in the mud, and he's getting muddy, and he's all like taking time to preen himself, and he's not doing such a well job.
Looking like one of those dirty bird people.
Dirty bird. Get him.
We cut over to Clark, and he says, "Well, that's a mighty fine job. We've gotten 2 days worth of work done here, y'all. I really appreciate it. Y'all have certainly gained my favor." And y'all have befriended Clark Griswold. And he says, "Come now, me and the family, we are going on vacation to St. Finn. Would y'all care for a ride?"
You're going right now? Yeah. Do
Okay.
you think we could, chill out, rest up a bit?
Yeah, we're gonna leave bright and early tomorrow morning, and y'all, we'll say
That
working
sounds
out on the
great.
farm. Y'all have worked about 4 or 5 hours of the day have gone by, so it's getting a little
Can
late.
you
Y'all are a
grab
little
something to
sweaty.
eat? Maybe
that?
you could. Maybe you could put us up with something to eat as well.
Ah, yes. My wife Ellen makes the best
Awesome.
meals.
Thanks. All right.
And my son Rusty's there as well. I think y'all might find him rather interesting. Sadly, we lost Audrey long ago. She was a strong fighter. She was the bravest of us all. There was one day when the gremlins came from beyond the wall, from the forest land, and she found herself fallen into darkness and was taken by the shadow.
Oh, you've had to deal with gremlins? We kill gremlins. That's what we do.
There
Yeah.
is-
Do you know anything about
there is
the shadow?
There is an impenetrable fog that surrounds this forest. Any man or woman that has entered this forest and fog has never, ever returned. You mentioned the shadow. Yes, sir.
We have.
The shadow. Some call him a god, some call him a devil. Out here on the outer ring, and then he's starting to look at you, and he's starting to put everything together. You four are not from Ostera, are you?
No.
Not
Nope.
at all.
No.
And he looks behind y'all.
Nope, not at all.
Ooh, killer. Rolled a 19. He peers into the woodland. He sees the fog is gone. And he looks at you. He looks at the fog. And he gets upset. He gets worked up, and he's like, the prophecy has come true.
Oh shit.
The prophecy.
Oh, prophecy.
Oh no.
Come, friends,
Dun,
come.
dun,
Come, you must come now. And he hurries on. He throws everything
Oh,
on the
yeah.
cart. He grabs his equipment, and he's got it over his shoulder, and he goes to lug it onto the cart, and he misses, and it flies over the end of it. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm a super clumsy man."
Again.
I'll go pick it up and put it on the cart for him.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You see, he is just razzled.
You're welcome.
Razzled. So y'all all hop in the cart, and he leads y'all down the way, and y'all find your way outside the Griswold Manor. You walk up to it. Y'all walk in, and it's a well-kept, semi-well-kept cottage. It's a 2-story cottage. I'll walk in to the left side. There is a big foyer room connected to a kitchen. You could tell that there's a study on the right side with, a library and some books, and above on the top floor is, of course, the bedrooms. It's a very simple setup, but it's enough for Clark, Ellen, and Rusty to live their farming life here on the ridge, the rim of Ostera. And so y'all walk in, and Clark says, Ellen, honey,
Who's
Ellen, we have friends. And she walks in, she's like, oh, Sparky, you always bringing friends around. And she sees you guys, she sees the Aarakocra, the bird, and she's like shocked. She's worried. And then Clark's like, no. These fine men are from beyond the wall. They're from beyond the fog. And Ellen, she's the prophecy, and you see Rusty run down the stairs. He's a redhead kid. Y'all should see the images there. He's real quiet, real shy. You see he's a bit standoffish, always in the corner, and he's also shocked and stunned to see you guys. He's like, oh, the prophecy. And Clark says, come, y'all, come. And he leads y'all into the kitchen or the foyer area. Y'all sit around a dining table. Ellen is bringing in dinner for you guys. She's in the back making it. Rusty's helping her set the table. As y'all sit there, Clark then begins to kind of, probe y'all for information. And he asks y'all, would y'all mind telling me what has happened? I mean, you don't have to go into too much detail, but it's just y'all's opportunity to divulge what y'all want.
Well, I don't really know your prophecy. I mean, it'd be nice if you filled us in on that. All I really know, yeah, you keep saying that. A lot of little murmurs about prophecy. But it'd be nice if you filled us. Yep, prophecy. Yep. If you filled us in, secrets. Listen, friends don't make secrets. Secrets don't make friends.
Clark says, Rusty, son, come here, son. And Rusty comes in the room. Yes, father, yes. How can I help? He says, please, tell them the story of the shadow. He says, yes, father, yes. And he reaches in his pocket and he throws a handful of sand on the table. And in the sand, he even holds his hand up, and the sand particles all rise, and it creates a scene, and very oddly similar to the images y'all saw in the woodland whenever y'all did the Door of Shadows.
And the doors.
Yeah. So they're the same kind of magic kind of weaves in and out of the sand, that light, radiant magic. And they cast his magic on the table, and the sand rises to create scenes and images. And he says, this is the story of the shadow. He says, 3,000 years ago, we were only a series of small farming communities placed in this small radius. We worked together. We worked hand in hand, and there you go.
Foot in foot.
One day, a strange man came from beyond the woods, dressed in a dark cloak, and his face, we could not see his face. It was mismatched and misformed, hidden in behind a wall of shadow. And he kept speaking of the dangers that were following him, and how he has only one chance, one opportunity to save what he can. And that was the day the first walls were created. And you see Rusty. You see the table. You have a series of small farmlands dotted around this large map, and these walls raise out of the ground, and it's the first outer wall of Ostera, the ones y'all can see now out the wall. They're 100-foot tall walls made of like solid marble, just jettisoning out of the ground. So that was the day the first walls were formed, and the fog came shortly after. And any man or woman who entered that fog is consumed by the darkness of the shadow. You see, in Ostera, anybody who is in darkness for too long is physically consumed by the shadow. If you are out at nights and you are without any moonlight, you will be consumed by the shadow. No one knows exactly how it happens, but punishment in Ostera is spending several days in a locked cell. You do not wish to break any laws in Ostera, because the rule is very fine and unbreakable. If you break a law in Ostera, you will spend time in a cell. If you're caught in a cell in darkness, in which the shadow will then consume you for all your physical matter.
And you say you say rules. Are these rules written down?
These are
like cultural norms.
These rules are rules as much as gravity is a rule. It is an inherent law of nature. If you are in shadow,
no, I mean, like
him, he pulls out a necklace and it's a gem, and Clark pulls out a necklace and it's a gem, and Ellen pulls out a necklace and it's a gem, and those gems start to glow, and the glowing gems. They explain these are what we wear. Each Osteran wears a light gem, and if we are ever caught in dark, we can crush the gem, and it illuminates for 24 hours. And it's a fail-safe if you're ever caught out in the darkness. But never when the sun goes down, you come home. But he goes on to explain more of the story. The sand is dancing on the table. You see the walls rise up, and then he goes on. He says in about 500 years later, the second walls were built and constructed, and you see the second walls raised. And that's when the city districts were implemented. And you see how the outer ring of Ostera is farmland. The middle ring of Ostera is a dense city. He says this is where most of the population of Ostera lives. We're either manufacture, entertainment, or farming, or politics. He says the very center of Ostera is the capital district. It is where the center of politics and religion are held. This is where the clergy resides. The clergy follows the order of the shadow. They believe the shadow, the wizard who came 3,000 years ago, is indeed a true protector of us. And what lies outside these walls is nothing but death and danger. Outside the walls of Ostera, nothing but death and danger, which is why he built the walls in the first place. The other half of us believe we are imprisoned, and we are punished for doing whatever we have done, and we must atone for our sins. So he goes on to explain everything, and you get the sense that the clergy is just inherently evil. They are bad motherfuckers. If you break clergy law, they'll take you for questioning, but no one ever returns from questioning. And then the sand settles on the table. They'll get a good idea of what Ostera is and how things work. You'll have any questions? I know there's a lot to explain, and it's hard to touch all the points, but
yeah.
So this clergy, where do you land on it, Clark? I want your opinion. You seem to be a hard-working gentleman. Kind of like to get the what the working man says.
He looks to the left and the right, and looks at Clark looks at Ellen and Rusty, and he pulls down his shirt and he reveals it's 3 circles with lines touching them. It's a tattoo. And he says, we do not believe. We believe the shadow, this horror that came into our land is nothing but a tyrant controlling us for our lives. We deserve better than this. No, he gets so upset. No family should have to lose their daughter to the tyranny and the evil that lies out behind these walls. No one. And he says, we are against the shadow. We have ways. And then Ellen grabs Clark and she pats him. Hush, 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 hush. She says, why don't we just enjoy a dinner, and we head out tomorrow and head to St. Finn for the celebrations. How about that? She says, tomorrow is...
Here's what I'll say about that. Is if there's anything to do with shadow, we should blot it out. And I cast light on my war pipe, and it glows bright green and fills the whole room with bright green light, taking out all the shadow in the room.
Oh, I really like you, sir, Grabgroin. And Ellen kind of looks you up and down nicely, shall we say. In the hallway of the Griswold house.
We didn't look in this room at all.
Back in my pipe.
You see a painting of Audrey in the hallway.
Well, damn.
And they explain how, she was the strongest warrior out of all of them, and she herself went to protect the home, the Griswold Manor, and was able to push a fleet of hobgoblins back into the woodland, but was unfortunately captured by one and dragged into the shadows of the fog in which she was consumed, and never to be seen again.
But is there there's no confirmation, there's no body. She could
There's
still
never
be...
a body. He
I
explains
was gonna say
there are
that.
many
Maybe
people
she's
that have been found dead at the edge of the forest. There are bodies that have been recovered, but Audrey's was not. They assume that she was taken and fully consumed by the shadow.
Is there any turning back from the shadow? Like, if you're
yeah, that's
consumed?
what I was gonna ask. Yeah, like, is it like a one thing where it's like you definitely have to stay like that, or is it something where like a healer or religious person can reverse it?
Clark looks at the ground
Like-
and says, "No one has ever returned from the shadow." And he's solemn and
Well,
sad.
But
He's
there's no
sad.
body, so
But there's no body.
now that we're all on the same page, I say we go to sleep, get some rest, and Rusty, me and you tomorrow can talk about how angry you are and how we can help you with that anger.
Oh, I would say y'all wrap it
Go
up,
ahead.
and y'all end up. She pulls out a futon, a big futon for y'all to sleep on. She says, unfortunately, we don't have many sleeping arrangements here, but we have a futon y'all can share, and she points around, there's chairs and there's a table and things for y'all to sleep on, but y'all are welcome to have a good night rest if you'd like.
That's good.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm gonna sleep on top of Beerwolf.
Beerwolf's already on the futon. He's in the middle of it. His arms are spread out. He's like, "Come on, baby, come on."
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I'm gonna cuddle up under that.
Cuddle,
Beerwolf
cuddle.
Beerwolf hugs
Yeah.
on you. He lays his head
Yeah,
on you.
nice and warm. Yeah.
He kind of starts lapping the side of your face a little bit. You scratch his belly. He starts kicking.
Oh my God.
Instead of sleeping, I'm just gonna fix things around the house that I can tell are messed up. Like I'll fix the plumbing and just be a handyman.
Okay, so we all go to bed. Let me.
I'm gonna braid Eggy's feathers.
What would that be? I guess
And
that
you're
would be
gonna
a
braid
survival-
Rusty's
give me a
hair.
survival check, Zyrus.
I thought you were gonna say you wanted to braid Rusty's
Iris?
hair.
Yeah, to see how well you build or repair this house.
24.
Oh, dope.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys.
Wow.
I remodel the entire house
Yeah,
while
you
everyone's
guys, you guys go to sleep. Is there anything else y'all would like to ask before we go on? Do y'all want to ask more questions about the shadow or how any of that works?
So
I don't have any.
if it's completely is the shadow like a entity that lives in darkness, or if you're in darkness at all, it gets you?
He says,
That's what I'm-
He says we believe the shadows, the physical shadows, create a portal, an access point for the evils of the shadow, being the capital, the shadow, the bad guy, the big bad. His name is the Shadow. Yeah. So if you are caught in shadows for too long, the Shadow, I guess I should find a better way to explain that, but the Shadow
I get it.
has access to you, which is why he's dubbed
Yeah.
the Shadow.
The shadow.
Just the original Shadow, the sorcerer of the Shadow, the guy who showed up 3,000 years ago, built the first wall, went to the very center of the town, and he dug a hole into the ground. He planted a staff in the middle of the ground, and the dirt all rose up around him, and he embedded himself in the center of Ostera, or so the lore goes. So around the political and religion district is underneath that is where the Shadow is said to reside or whatever, but most people believe that he's just gone. But anyways, y'all go to bed, and Zyrus fixes the fucking house up. He finds a closet with wallpaper and hammer and nails and little bits, and everybody's passed out, and you're diligently working as most fearbolgs do, quietly at that with that high roll. Nobody is disturbed. Everybody wakes up in the morning.
Christmas light.
What'll have you change? We'll say you spent your time in the foyer. What'll have you fixed in this house? What have you done? I'll give you 3 things. Give me 3 things that you changed in this house.
Okay, I fixed all the stairs that were sticking up and broken. I I made the going into the living room. I made it an open concept and avoided the load-bearing walls. And then I what else can I do?
I'll pick it with a backsplash.
Yeah, I redid the kitchen's backsplash, something more modern to fit
Very
the
nice.
family better.
Ellen is the first one awake. She walks down the stairs, and there's always that one step you have to kind of hop over, and she notices it, and she steps on it, and it's solid. There's the next step towards the bottom, close to the end, that always squeaks. You know the one. And she steps on it, and it doesn't squeak. And she notices these things, and she walks, and she passes the painting of Audrey, and she touches it like she does every morning. Walks into the foyer and sees the open concept, and she's like, I've been wanting to do this forever, but Clark has just been dragging his feet. Oh, that's Sparky. He's always working hard, but never has enough time for me. And she looks over at Zyrus and sees you finishing up in the kitchen, looking over at you. She's like, "Oh, you are quite the man." And she looks you up and down.
And I hold up my wedding band. I'll be like, "Oh, thank you, but I'm happily married."
She holds up hers.
Okay.
So she starts.
I'm awake listening to everything in the upstairs.
She starts making breakfast, and y'all wake up, and Clark comes down. So does Rusty. And he says, how did y'all fare last night? Are y'all ready to travel? Are y'all ready to set forth to St. Finn? We have quite some fun to be had.
Yeah.
I mean, how far are we going? Should we bring any provisions? Should we?
Oh, I got the old boat all loaded up and ready to go.
Yo, boat, huh?
Yeah.
Y'all are nowhere near water.
Shit.
Okay. Sounds good, I guess.
All right, y'all walk outside.
And
yeah.
oh no.
Where do shits happened?
Okay.
Ask if everybody wants a hit.
Y'all wake up and y'all step outside.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful morning. Y'all are all smoking, passing a little doob and a pipe around. Everybody's enjoying themselves. And out in the distance from the tree line, y'all. Let me do this. Everybody, give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Your wisdom or your intelligence?
It's wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're +5. Damn, dude.
I know.
You have no
Right.
charisma, though. You are duller than a fucking doornail.
Just
I make up
gadget.
for it in
That's all
just
he got.
manliness.
In manual labor.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Zyrus, you
He's
see
a
in the
briny
distance
man.
in the tree line, you see a rustling, you see movement, and out steps this hobgoblin, this big red goblin. You'll see him. He's riding a dire wolf, and I'm assuming that you let the group know that there's a bad guy ahead, an enemy ahead, and so you all see him come out the tree line riding this dire wolf. Behind him are 2 smaller gremlins trailing behind him, and he looks out and he hollers and he says, "You 4 do not know what you have done. I am coming for you. Charge!" And he races down the hillside. He's riding his dire wolf. He's got these 2 gremlins holding on to the wolf. They're kind of like flapping in the wind like loose paper on a card. And he races towards you guys. Hang on. Before we do that,
I go to the roof of the house real quick.
I don't think we got time to move that quick. Man. It's
Oh, because I
rolling.
could climb. Because I know I could climb and it doesn't
you
cost
see
anything.
Clark is alarmed. He says, "I have never seen them like this before. They've only been small. These are These are different. This must be because y'all have come in, because the fog has faded. The fog
no.
was a natural defense. And you see he's alarmed, but he
My bad.
cast his hand open, and he's ready for a fight.
I want to look at Rio and say breakfast time whenever I see the gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You want to go for it? Does he have time to climb to the roof?
Wait, no. Can I
Yes,
real
yes.
quick? Can I high five everyone?
Yes, you can high five everybody.
Yeah.
I high five everybody.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll,
so
I'll give you guys
everybody-
a preparation phase because we're doing y'all.
Okay.
Are getting,
so that's my cantrip. So everybody has at one time you can roll a d4 to increase a roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
For damage or to
your
like to
check.
hit?
The target can roll a d4 to add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. So it's for like
Okay.
ability checks,
Ability checks.
like perception, like all. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
Just so. And also I'm gonna cast Bless on Osiris, Farty, and myself.
all right.
Yeah.
So we see.
Okay, I'm going to cast that also on myself, Beer Wolf. And who else does Rio need?
You can do Rio. Yeah, I can put
Yeah.
Bless on her.
Cool.
Let me give y'all a prepreparation phase.
Everybody's talking Vaseline over here.
Y'all are in front of the Clark house, and out of the tree line, I'll see these gremlins coming after you guys. I'll give y'all a preparation phase. If Farty, you want to get on top of the roof,
Yes.
you're on top of it.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm just gonna say I'm on top of it, hiding behind the chimney.
All right, you guys do all the preparation rolls. And first in the initiative is Zyrus.
Can I be further since in the preparation round? Like, can I have?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I walked out and saw them, right? So
Yeah,
how
you
far
can-
would I be
Yeah.
up closer?
move your move distance.
Okay. Can I ready an attack? Because even if I move, I'm gonna still be like 30 feet away from them.
Yeah, I'll let you prepare an action.
Okay.
Climbing is my move, right? Or could I do the same thing? Could I like ready a crossbow for when I see them coming?
Yeah, you can ready your. I think don't you have the musket? Did you get that musket from Treebush?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
shit.
You've
Forgot
also
about that.
you've also
Yeah,
you've
I am
elevated
so
yourself,
sorry.
so I'll give
Yeah.
you advantage on that roll.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
want to do
okay,
something.
yeah. Alright.
Nope.
Yeah, I have it
so
now.
I'm gonna move. I'll go ahead and move because I think their speed's probably about the same as mine. And then I want to cast Speak with Animals, and I want to look at the dire wolf, and I'm gonna say, "This is your last chance to get out of here, or you're gonna die with your owner and his little friends."
All right, so use your spell slot if you want to cast it.
Okay.
You cast.
Let me do it on.
Don't you have to roll a resistance?
It's just Speak with Animals. So like, I mean,
it's like a
I'm just
cantrip.
talking.
Talk
Yeah,
with
kind of.
animals,
Okay. So
speak
you go to speak with animals with this dire wolf, and you make eye contact with it, and its eyes are like consumed in this dark, shadowy haze. It's like the dark magic that you saw before, the same magic that was imbued in the fog, that inky black kind of miasmic magic. You see it in that wolf's eyes, same as all the creatures here. All their eyes are consumed in the shadow, and you. What do you say to it? You say this is your last chance?
This is your last chance to leave, or you're gonna die with your owner and his friends,
It
the
says
little
back to you.
gremlins.
Right.
It's just monstrous gibberish.
Oh no.
Terrifying.
And I'm gonna look at Rio and be like, "I warned it." Like,
Rio says, "Let's fuck him up, Dad," or "Let's fuck him up."
oh, we're going to. Yeah. Oh, we will.
Love it.
And then I'll just wait for them to get closer. I can't do anything else.
This guy's name, he's the pawn to the left, right here next to this tree. His name is Grunka. You see the hobgoblin commander, this one here, shout over, "Grunka, you fast!" And Grunka runs, and he runs right up on Zyrus.
Wait. Did it come in within my? It
you-
came within reach of me.
Prepared action, yeah, he's about to engage.
No, it's not even prepared action. I took a feat Polearm Master. If you come near me, I get an opportunity attack on you.
He's swinging at you with his longsword.
Nice.
He's charging at you. He's
Okay.
He's running.
So it's an opportunity attack. So let me roll it. That's a 17 plus 5, 22 to hit.
That passes.
Okay. And then I roll a D. Yeah, this polearm master thing is badass. That's gonna be 6 slashing damage.
Oh, nice.
And then I think he does get to attack. He just came in my range and he can attack me. I don't think I get to do the readied action because I moved and movement was my action. So
Fair enough.
I just got the opportunity attack because it got within my circle.
Honest Abe.
Like,
Look at this guy.
like Highlander over here.
All right, so you did how much damage?
Old, not Highlander.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. You knock this guy down. He's you stab him. Blah, he impales himself on the end of your. Is it a polearm or whatever you have?
It's a glaive. Yeah.
Okay, on the end of your glaive, he gets
Glaive.
bludgeoned up against it, and he's hanging on it. And you deal some pretty decent damage, but he's close enough to still get his swing out on you. And he is going to swing with his longsword. And he rolls a 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah, or 19 hits.
19 hits. Okay. 5 damage.
5 damage.
So it's
6 points damage is a cool name for a band.
6 points.
Points damage. Yeah.
6 points.
So he hits you, and next up you see Clark ready in action. He gets highly alert, and he looks back. He sees his family, and his home is in jeopardy. And he runs up. He moves speed, coming right up to Cyrus, runs straight forward. And he says, "I've got you, Cyrus." And he looks at the dire wolf. And he casts Command. In fact, he's going to cast Command as a 3rd level spell. He'll make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, and he just under. And Clark casts Command on this dire wolf. And Clark says, "Flee." And this guy turns around. And he runs to the edge of the forest.
Nice.
And he goes so far into the forest that he seems to have disappeared.
All right.
Damn.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, flee.
Nice, Clark.
Moving away from by the fastest available means. So the wolf runs into the woods using its movement speed of 50. And then instead of an attack, he uses a dash action to go even further into the woods. And this guy is so far into the woods, although you would see him
Out of there.
I'd say he's so far that he's like out of the fight.
Okay.
Nice.
Good job, Clark. Next up in the initiative is going to be Grunka, the little guy that just got stabbed by Cyrus, runs over. He says, "Commander Smorl, I've done my best. 'Tis time for you to show me what you have." And the hobgoblin, the big red guy.
Show me what you got.
His name is Smorl. "Grunka, you insolent fool, you shut up!" And he casts Melf's Acid Arrow.
Elves?
Melf. It's an
No.
I think no.
I think we should go with MILF.
It's
Melf's
Melf's
What
Acid
it
Arrow.
sounded like.
It's
MILF's
acid.
Acid Arrow.
It's Milf's Acid Arrow, but it's acid with ASS.
Yeah.
Range.
Yeah.
It's gonna give me pink eye if it hits me.
Yeah, there it is.
This is big guy. I hope it's big guy.
Okay, yeah. So he cast it. He cast it right at Clark because he turned away his wolf.
Oh no.
Oh, Clark W. Griswold.
Clark resisted.
All right.
Nice,
Yeah.
Clark.
So you see,
Yeah.
he
The
says,
jelly of the month.
Yeah, Squirrel says, "Shut up, Grunka!" And he casts the green. His hands turn green, and an arrow flies out of it, and it flies towards Clark. But Clark holds up his hand and deflects the arrow. Clark says, "Oh, I may be clumsy, but it may take much more than that to get through to me." And
Cyrus thinks it's hilarious.
next up is Farty.
Alright, I wanted to shoot the motherfucker with the musket, but I'm far enough, right? I mean, I'm close enough because I
What's
counted
the range
like
on a
What's the
musket?
range on
40.
the musket?
40.
No, you're
What we'll
further
do,
than
look,
40.
You could hit Grunka, the guy standing in front of Zyrus.
Yeah, I'll.
Is he
I'll
still
do
like
that.
impaled in my?
He's stuck on the end of your glaive trying to push himself off right now. He's
Can I hold him up? If he rolls good enough, can I hold him up so he can like sharpshoot him in the head?
Oh yeah, if he kills this motherfucker, yeah, you held him up.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Alright,
Impale him
so
with this guy.
19.
That hits.
All right. Yeah.
Did you roll with advantage? I guess roll with advantage to see if you roll a nat 20.
They got a 16.
All right, we'll take the 19. You hit this guy for how much damage?
It was.
Total of 10.
All right, finish him. How do you kill?
Whoa.
How do you kill Grunka?
Well, I asked Cyrus if he could just like
Or drunk.
if he could just push if he could just push him off his spear like toward the air, and that way he could get off the spear. And I just go
You got
simple. I just go, I'll go simple and I'll shoot the musket. But I'll throw a bottle full of acid that way so I could shoot it open right in front of him so I could just melt his face while he's in the air. That way his head melts off right before he hits the ground.
Do you
I'll
have
throw
any?
him a few feet behind me.
Grab a
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
He steals the MILF
I'm
head.
trying to get him off my glaive and I throw him backwards, and that's how all that happens.
So you shoot. So you see, you throw the bottle of acid and it flies through the air and it's like lines up right in line with the guy's head, and you shoot your musket.
Yes.
We see the bullet fly through the air, all bullet time slow-mo style. Goes in this dude's fucking, or it goes through the acid bottle into the guy's head. Shoots the guy off of Cyrus's glaive. The acid falls onto the glaive, cleaning it of all the blood and the material.
Yes.
And Cyrus holds his glaive up, and it's all shiny and sparkly, as if it's a brand new piece of metal.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Glinting in the sun, and Grunka's dead. Next up is going to be Eggy.
And
Teamwork!
Who's that other asshole that was behind Grunka? This guy. Who's that guy again?
He says, "My name is Cranko."
Oh.
Like, fuck
Your
you,
name
Franco.
It's Cranko and Grunka.
Fuck you, Franco. Motherfucker. I'm gonna pull out my crossbow.
Birdman.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me, I got
Fuck you,
wings.
Oh.
Hey, don't be racist to my friends.
You know what? I bet these wings seen a lot more pussy than you. You ugly.
He says,
Piece
"In
of
Gremlin
garbage."
culture, we eat pussy every night."
I just look at Clark like, oh.
Clark is
Fucking
like, "Yeah, this is
gremlin.
this is the evil we're trying to defend our city from."
So Clark, you're a taker, not a giver. I see.
As he's giving me the I'm gonna point my
He has one hole.
try to put it right through his mouth. I'm gonna try to send the fucking bolt right through his mouth.
Fuck
You know what?
you.
Actually, I get so angry that I'm like, this fucking guy. I go with my wings and I shoot like forward and up, like, and I pull out my crossbow like, ah! Pop!
Wait,
What's
can
the
he
range?
dash? Or is that just a rogue thing?
Well, your dash takes
That's just a-
takes place of your attack.
Oh,
My
gotcha.
range says 80. I don't know if that means feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it'll be feet.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it
Dude.
said,
It's a
Oh,
crossbow.
you're good. You're good.
yeah. I'm assuming
Yeah.
that's feet. I don't know.
It is 80 feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're,
it'll be feet. Yeah.
You're in the air. You got this. Yeah, they're both in range.
I do not get him. Fuck. This is
What-
the
what
night
did
of
you
the
roll?
roll. I rolled a 2, and I believe I get a +4 on it. Like, it doesn't even
Yeah.
matter what I get on it.
Let me see. What
Wait, do you get to roll with advantage because you're in the air though?
Oh, yes,
You're
I get
in
to roll
the
for
air. How
Yeah,
about
and you're
that?
blessed. And you're
Alright.
blessed.
So +4.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
So roll again and then add 4 to that.
But it's only
Come on,
for
please.
one, right?
17! 20 to 20.
17 plus 4. Hell yeah.
Come on, baby.
Who are you shooting?
Yeah.
At? Are you shooting at Cranko
I'm
or
shooting at Cranko.
Smarl? Smarl's the
I'm
hot
The
dog.
shooting
shit talker.
James Cranko.
The shit talker.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's shit talker James Cranko.
He's sitting here. He's going.
Yeah.
And you get your
Shoot him in the tongue.
shot off, and you hit him. That hits. What's the damage?
Right through the mouth. What damage is it? 8.
8. Nice. Okay.
Okay.
You hit him like right in the lower jaw. You skim him just enough to kind of like rip off this side of the cheek, but not quite really immobilize him. And he's you kind of half hear him say, "You fucking piece of shit," because he's got a big flappy piece of skin now. "I'm fucking coming for you, man." And it's his turn in the initiative order now. And Cranko
shit.
is going to run. And
Yeah,
I believe
you
he
saw
has
what
a
happens when you
crossbow.
run straight at a full arm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's within 10 feet of me in any direction, so it's
then
not
he's
just
gonna
5.
go
Wow.
here, and he's gonna go.
You're gonna have to go long.
So hang on. He was,
Hey, he doesn't know about that. Don't metagame.
True. I'll give you your fucking attack. Go ahead.
Is Ellen outside?
Ellen and look back, and Ellen and Rusty are in the house looking out the window. Rusty's holding his mom. She's real scared. She's looking at. She said, "Oh, Sparky! Oh, don't get yourself hurt, Sparky! Oh!" And as soon as she says that, you see Clark like turn around, and I don't know how it happens, but he slips and he stumbles a little bit. He's just clumsy. He's just so clumsy around his wife. It's just,
I got a 21 to hit.
Nice.
oh, dude.
And I'm gonna look at him, and I want to say, it's really rude to talk about eating pussy in the presence of a lady. And then I do 13 damage.
Oh no! Fuck me, right?
Yeah.
Damn, you hit him hard, dude.
That was my perfect amount to hit, like the max damage I could do.
He says, "You, what is it? A crossbow? Or no? It's your glaive."
My glaive, yeah.
You smack into him. You don't quite, hurt him. You kind of catch his side, and he says, "Ah, fuck that bitch! I'm gonna eat her pussy too."
Fucking guy.
Clark, you hear how this fucker's talking about your wife? You better get up.
Oh, this
Yeah, I give that guy props.
who's next?
Hopefully Clark.
I know he gets Cranko. Cranko gets to make his attack.
Keep away from Rio. Fucking creep.
Cranko is going to shoot his longbow
right?
at Eggy still. It's not a longbow. It is a crossbow.
Bring it on, motherfucker.
All right, he rolls. Ooh, a 20 to hit. 16.
Oh, fuck
16
you!
plus 4. No, that's a dirty
he
20.
critted?
Dirty
Oh,
20.
a dirty 20.
Okay.
16 plus 4. That hits, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that hits for 6
No,
points.
it doesn't hit.
6 points.
He has a
of damage.
27.
Oh, I have a 27?
No, I was being
alright.
silly.
What?
That hits
No,
for 6. All right, next up is going to be Grab Groin.
Wait, how much damage do I take?
How
6 damage.
6.
Oh, 6? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
how far am I away from that asshole for when casting spells?
70 feet. We'll say
70?
60,
Ah!
65.
But I can move before I attack, right?
You can, yeah.
And then I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon.
Clark looks at you, says, "I have that too."
Good. So you could help me with it. Spiritual weapon. So that's gonna be 12.
That does not hit.
Damn it. Well, regardless, even if it doesn't hit, I now have a spiritual weapon on the field, which I can use as a bonus action every round. So my spiritual weapon looks like a giant cartoon hand, like a gloved, four-handed. That's what my spiritual weapon is going to look like.
Like
So
Super
that's
Smash
floating
Brothers.
around. Yeah. It's just a hand. It's just a hand floating around.
Remember in
Floating
y'all's
hand.
first session, y'all had a puzzle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Just like that. Just like that, but it's like floating around, like kind of giving the finger as it floats.
Ready to flick somebody.
Yeah.
All right, if everybody's back, we'll start at the top of the initiative with Zyrus.
Oh, good. Let's see how many feet I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have exactly enough to go be right in front of this guy.
Posting a picture of us in the LCC main chat.
Tell them to come watch the stream, right? They can watch it.
Like, everybody can jump in right now. We could have every chub at least 20.
Poland
We could
rules.
have at least, well, I guess 20 more.
Ugh, could take 20 chubs.
I love these 20.
So
Yeah,
I moved
bro.
in front of that guy, and I'm gonna attack with my glaive.
Glavin.
The glaive.
Okay.
Every
now
time
we're good. Now
I
we're
can't
good.
not fail. I'm sorry.
Hey, right?
Does it,
All right, so roll the
does a
hit.
17 hit? 17?
That hits. Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be 9 damage. And then I'm gonna bonus attack. When you take the attack action with the glaive, you can use a bonus attack or bonus action to attack with the opposite end of the weapon that uses the same ability modifier. Oh, so this is a D4 if I hit, but I'm gonna hit it and try to hit again.
Do it. Do it.
That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah.
So that's another 4 damage. And then I think Rio's gonna attack. That's a 19, and fuck it, I'll use her bless and make it a 23 just to flex on this guy.
Nice.
And she gets... Oh, it's a 19 plus the 4 bless plus another 4 because she gets a plus 4 to hit. So that's a 27 to hit.
Of course.
And then she gets...
She'll hit wherever she wants.
She's gonna bite. That's 3, 2. That's 7 damage, and then you have to make a DC 11 Strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Yeah, he rolled a nat 18, so.
Okay, so he takes 11 damage from her, and then what did I do? 9, 4, so 15, 26 damage from Zyrus and Rio.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, so you deal your damage, and Clark looks up, and he looks over at Krenko. He says, "You motherfucker talk to my wife like that again. You will have to deal with me, mister." And
His wife, who is more attracted to all of us than him.
Like we're a bunch of Wade.
Brent doesn't know what to do about that.
alright, he's gonna cast
And
spiritual
who's the
weapon.
rusty attracted to?
It's an 11 to hit. Okay, so Clark casts spiritual weapon. He rolls an 11 to hit, which does not hit. So next up in that initiative is going to be Smarl, Commander Smarl, and he is a magic caster, so he's gonna move.
Oh, he moved out of my opportunity attack range.
Oh, you're right. He was engaged with both of y'all.
Yeah. Oops.
So yeah, Clark's gonna roll his real fast. Let me do this.
Yeah, you go first. Actually, all 3 of us.
Yeah, you're right. Ooh, Clark hits with his spiritual weapon. We'll say he still has it out. And deals 6 damage.
Okay, I'll go first, and then I'll do Rio's.
yeah, for-
that's
roll for
that's a 10 for me. I don't think that hits.
That does not hit.
Okay, Rio gets a 17.
That does hit.
Okay, she does 8 piercing damage, and then he has to do another strength saving throw, DC 11.
He fails.
So he is knocked prone.
God damn it.
Well, I mean, he started moving, so I guess if he's prone, he could use half his movement to get back up, but just don't walk away. Don't walk away in the middle of the fight. I'm fighting you. Don't walk away.
I'm a fucking magic caster. What do you expect me to do?
I'm a big man, and I'm gonna punch you.
And then he casts Fireball
Alright, that's me hitting him.
Oh, shit! At me?
Oh,
at all 3 of y'all because Fireball is a radiant damage, y'all.
Fuck.
So we're gonna cast it. Yeah, he
Mike's
casts
still
it
in
at
the air?
Cyrus. So he throws it.
It'll only hit the 3 of us. It won't hit any of y'all.
He throws Fireball behind y'all. So he casts it behind you guys. Slash with a radiant damage of 20 feet. So all 3 of y'all will make a dexterity save.
I got a 22. Rio got a 21.
Oh, nice.
She actually rolled better than I did. Uh-oh.
8d6 damage. He cast a 3rd level fireball at you guys. Clark takes 26 damage.
Is it just damage, or is he on fire?
So no, because he's wearing.
So everything.
There is a smoldering ring of fire now. It's not gonna do damage to you guys, but there's a nice burnt ring around all that. Damn, 26. Clark has 33. Hell.
I want to look at the guy and be like, "Hey, only we can prevent forest fires."
He goes.
You didn't even do that. Your friend did that.
Yeah, you pieces of crap. You're all pieces of crap.
You pussy eaters are going down.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but
you see Clark get hit. He starts burning and he starts screaming. He's He's on fire. He's really hurting. Next up is going to be Farty in the initiative order.
Okay. Yeah, he's too far. Well, I can move closer. I know. Yeah.
Well, Krenko is close enough for you to hit. He's hurt. You see him. He's, half his cheek is blown off, and he has a giant gash in his right side. Like he's fucking.
Okay, I'm just looking at my. All right, fine. I'm gonna take an idea from last. All right, because see, anybody could kill this guy right here, but I want to do damage to the one over there, though.
You'd have to come down off your roost and move closer. What's the range on it? It was 30 or 40?
40.
He's 50 feet away, so you could move 10 feet. You'd come off your roost, but you'd be close to Krenko. But Krenko looks really hurt.
Oh, fuck Krenko.
Go fuck your mother!
Fuck you, Krenko!
Fuck all these
You fucking piece of shit!
I'll fucking marry you,
Sisters Kanish!
Okay. Alright, you want to do that? I'm gonna fuck you with nature then. Alright. I'm gonna shoot the tree next to me, take out the fucking root, and have that tree land on that fucker. So, yeah.
So you want to attack the tree.
I'm gonna attack him.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
What
You're gonna lose
is
your
the
teammate.
AC of a tree?
Cyrus is gonna turn on you, and I'm gonna be an enemy on the field.
Okay, it's a DC, or it's a 15.
So, yeah, you gotta hit it.
18.
You rolled an 18 to hit? Okay, no, hang on. We're one step in. You hit the tree, and you fucking hit it good. But how much damage do you deal?
You tree shot?
I googled it, yeah.
It's
So,
tree stat.
wooden bone is AC
He's got
15.
tree stats.
And medium-sized. Go ahead and roll to see how much damage you do.
Which one does
roll
D20
your,
Roll
again?
your
It's
muscle
D12.
damage. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got 12.
Ooh, you
Plus
do
3.
plus 3.
Plus 3.
Yeah, plus 3.
Yeah,
that's
he's got a plus
15.
3.
You fucking.
Boom!
You chop through the tree, but you chop through just enough for it. You have your musket, right? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
So you shoot your musket at it, and this little tree is tall and thin, but it's got some decent size to it. But just the angle and the precision in which you hit it with, and it blows away the base of that tree, and it teeters a little bit in the wind, and then almost as if it's like a feat of magic, and it lands on Krenko.
That's such a rogue.
Hi.
Black.
Real.
Yeah. I close my eyes.
All right, I'm just gonna roll a d12, and I'll see how much damage the tree does, because I don't see any stats for tree damage. But I think a d12.
Cyrus is fucking pissed.
Oh.
Alright, roll one d12.
There needs
He's
to be,
just glaring.
There needs to be fallen logs. There needs to be fallen logs for the other new trees to grow.
The tree falls.
That
and
tree
deals-
is screaming.
It deals 8 damage. Oh, that's his
Screaming
exact health.
tree.
He has 8 health left. I swear to God, he has 8 health left. You do the exact damage needed to kill this guy. It falls on him, and it falls. He seems like he's gonna grab it, and his hands are placed perfectly, and he's sturdied himself. His legs are split, shoulder width, and he grabs the tree, but it's not enough, and it crushes him. It crushes his fucking face in, and he lays in the shit as this tree.
And then
Blood squirts out under the tree.
do we hear like an accordion noise?
No, before he dies, he says,
Giant fart blast as it falls on him.
"Fuck your mother."
Fuck this guy! I'm
Your
fucking.
sister's Kanish!
Oh, your
It's
mother's
the same
ass!
guy.
The fuck?
Your mother's sauce
Alright.
was bought in a jar.
Yeah.
What made me
Mine
think of the
bizarre.
tree falling on it was I seen a few stumps on the map, so I was like, shit. There's already parts of some trees missing, so.
No, I love it. I will
Okay.
always reward creativity.
Environment kills.
I will always reward it. I'll find a way. to do it.
Fatality.
Like, I'm fine to
Fatality.
win.
All right, Eggy, it's your turn.
Oh, me? Oh, sorry. I was like laughing. I missed this. I was
The other
hey, I'm
7-foot birdman in the room.
having a good time here.
Hey!
All right. Wait, let me look on this. Who's still left?
It's the spellcaster. I
Just
think.
got the
Yep. Smarl,
Yeah.
Captain
in front of
Smarl.
me.
fireball thrown.
All right.
Captain Smarl.
All right, Schmarl. Son of a bitch. How far am I?
Your bolts are 120 feet though, so you're fine. You can
No,
move. but-
80, but
And
I can
you're-
still.
60 feet. You can
You're
do
still-
your
you're still in the
crossbow
air, too.
again.
So you'll get advantage on your attack.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a shot at this fucking guy. Yes, 16 plus 4, a dirty 20, baby.
20. But you got advantage too, so you can roll it.
I do. Should I? I get to keep either or, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
you keep the highest roll.
All right. Oh, a 19. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that hits. Yeah, that rocks.
Fucking A.
Nice.
Let's see.
23. My damage is D8 plus 2. An 8 plus 2, 10.
Boom.
Oh my god.
Boom, 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 boom. Finally, good rolls.
He's hurt. He's really hurt.
Roughly a roll.
Next up is Krenko. And Krenko's dead.
Yeah, crack
From the grave, his hand puts his.
He goes from the grave. His fingers come out.
Somebody cut that fucker's hand off.
His tombstone is his face and it's like a sculpture.
Oh, y'all know what? I forgot about
So-
fucking Beowulf, y'all.
Oh,
He's
shit.
taking a nap.
No,
He's-
we'll say
yeah,
Beowulf is protecting. Before all this happened,
Ellen and Rusty.
Clark
He's
looked back
protecting
and he
Ellen and
said,
Rusty.
Clark said, I need one of
Yeah.
y'all to help protect my family, and Beowulf opted to run back to the house. So you see
Fine with that.
Rusty holding Ellen in the window, and Beowulf is right behind him, like right behind her.
Why is Clark getting cuffed so hard by all of us?
Beowulf is looking at Rusty like,
Yeah, and Beowulf don't wear no clothes.
Beowulf-
either.
People threw off Ellen and that was how you go.
We're gonna look back after the fight, and Ellen and Beowulf were just fucking.
The whole family, bro.
Beowulf's got Rusty and Ellen.
That's a terrible,
That's so
terrible threesome. Terrible Rusty and Ellen.
No, it's one individually. They're not together yet.
One after the other.
So I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt. That's gonna be
Nice.
21 plus 4. So
Yeah, that hits.
that hits, yeah. And that's gonna do 11 damage.
Finish him.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Finish
I take out my lighter and flick it, and it sends out 4 small bolts of pure light, green light, right into every orifice onto his face, and then his head just expands slowly and explodes.
Oh, fucking.
nice.
It fucking explodes and pop! A loud, like, explosive pop, and it shatters everywhere. And that's going to be the end of the initiative, and all the enemies are dead except for the direwolf, who was pushed away. I'm going to roll it one more time because they rolled the lowest in their initiative. If they roll an 18 plus on a straight DC 20 luck roll, they're going to come back. So let's see.
I should try to capture it.
So you rolled a 16. So the direwolf is still lost in the woods. So
Bring it back. Let's fight it.
Oh, you get mad at me for shooting the tree, but you want to kill a dire wolf. I see how it is.
I told my first move was leave or die, and then admittedly they did leave.
Y'all finish the fight. Y'all look back in the window, and Ellen is getting banged by Beer Wolf. And Clark does not seem to notice. He turns around. Oh, I didn't notice that. And he says, "Well, we have never experienced a fight like that before. The gremlins have always been small and very. There's been a large number of them, but there have never been these hobgoblins and these direwolves. This is a different situation than we've been accustomed to before. It must be because the fog has fallen. I'm not sure what y'all did in those forests, but it seems to have impacted us directly." And y'all, Clark says, "Well then, now this is all done, shall we head out on a little vacation?"
Sure.
Sounds fine.
Holiday road.
In the background, you hear real faint chiming in, "Holiday woo." And it starts getting louder and louder, and Clark's like, "Well then, shall I take you to the boat?" And he takes you guys to the back side of the Clark house, and you see a barn behind the house, set back a little bit ways.
Nice.
And he says, let me show you the boat. It is back here. And he takes you guys back to the barn, and he opens it up, and he kind of cracks the barn door open a little bit and peers out, and he says, Why don't you all stay right here for a moment?" And he closes the door. They,
Clark, why are you acting weird?
Oh, he seems excited. I have a special surprise for you guys. Please, no need to worry. Do not worry. We are friends. I promise you there's nothing to worry about.
Is this where you keep your grain?
Clark looks at you. He says, "There may be a little bit of herb on the boat." And he closes the door. And about 5 minutes pass and nothing happens. And 10 minutes pass, nothing happens. And then suddenly, the top of the barn opens up. And out from this barn launches a fucking boat into the sky.
Nice.
And it looks oddly, if y'all knew any better, I would say it's shaped like a station wagon. So it's this big wooden boat that's shaped like a station wagon. On the top of the station wagon is the deck, and above it is this big balloon, and it flies in the air, and Clark throws down a ladder, and he says, "The weather's fine, friends! Come up! Hey everybody, Styles here. Thank you so much for listening. This whole thing was edited by myself, and I really look forward to hearing from you guys and whether or not y'all liked it. We got the Facebook and the Discord. Y'all sound off and let me know how it was. If y'all like to listen live, we play on the Discord channel, and y'all can jump in and listen there as we play. It's actually a whole lot of fun. We hope to see some of y'all there. Again, that's on the Discord channel. You'll join in and join the fun, because it is popping off over there. Oh yeah, and one last thing. Fight it where you shite it.